In order to master your reality creation, you will need to clear and heal your emotional, mental, and physical bodies. And this is important because if you can't do this, then you will not be able to effectively create your reality in the way that you want. Your emotional, mental, and physical bodies are the three main parts of your bioenergetic field. Your thoughts and emotions are real things. They have a weight, just like protons and electrons. You can't see your mental and emotional bodies, but they still exist. You can see your physical body because it's physical. But something doesn't need to be physical to have a weight. Energy itself isn't physical, but still has a certain weight. Even though you can only see one of these three bodies, all three need to be cleared and healed. The journey to becoming truly skilled starts with understanding yourself. Have you ever looked in the mirror and asked, "Who am I?" It's a bit unsettling to realize you might not know the answer. Many people live their lives in a kind of disguise that they never take off. This disguise limits them, forcing them to play a specific role and follow certain rules. Most people stay in this personality shell their whole lives. You can't fully live your dreams while wearing this disguise. By clearing away this shell, you can reveal and experience the limitless version of yourself underneath. Achieving this transformation doesn't happen quickly. Instead, it takes time and consistency. You need to be dedicated to letting go of your emotional wounds, planting positive thoughts into your subconscious, and clearing away the negativity within you. By doing these things regularly, you will start to see a better, enhanced version of reality. You can use three main techniques for this clearing and healing process. 1. Meditation. Sitting quietly and focusing your mind helps to calm your thoughts and connect with your inner self. 2. Affirmation. Repeating positive statements about yourself can help to reprogram your subconscious mind with empowering beliefs. 3. Release. Letting go of old hurts, grudges, and emotional baggage frees you from the past and allows you to move forward. You will gain a lot from doing any one of these practices. However, combining all three will make you unstoppable in achieving your dreams. Imagine that everyone is born with a bright, shiny magnet at their core. Over time, this magnet can get covered with dirt. Clearing your emotional body is like cleaning this dirt off, allowing you to attract only what you truly want. Your emotional body is made up of your emotional wounds, beliefs, and the feelings connected to them. For those who hold on to old emotional baggage, clearing the emotional body can be very rewarding. Unresolved emotional energy can block new energy from flowing into your life. It can also linger deep within you and attract people, places, and events that match its vibration. This can be really troubling because you might keep attracting negative situations without realizing that the source is within you. By healing and releasing your emotional body, you can experience a great sense of creative freedom. You might be wondering, isn't this just the same as releasing or clearing my subconscious mind? While it is similar, there are different levels and aspects to it. There's more to it than just that. To gain emotional freedom, you first need to disengage your mind. Many people constantly torture themselves with a flood of never-ending thoughts. I can't imagine a worse suffering than not being able to stop thinking. Without proper rest from your mind, you will eventually develop some kind of neurosis or depression. Traditionally, you should get this mental break when you sleep at night. However, most people today don't get enough sleep if they get any at all. Stress, stimulants, deadlines, and the drive to achieve more push people to keep going at all costs. People are even willing to sacrifice their health for the sake of gaining more financial rewards. To help you manage your emotional highs and lows, I suggest starting with 20 minutes of meditation in the morning. If 20 minutes feels too long, even just 5 minutes can make a difference. Remember, you are here to take control of creating your own reality, so be prepared to put in the effort. One meditation practice you can try is the Soham mantra meditation. It is easy to learn and is a great starting point for those who have never meditated before. When I first started meditating, I did it solely to enhance my success. Not only did I become more successful and make more money, but I also found greater peace and needed less energy to accomplish tasks. Find a quiet place where you can sit comfortably and won't be disturbed. If possible, turn off your phone to avoid interruptions. For this type of meditation, you don't need to hold a rigid posture. Once you're comfortable, close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths. Let yourself become even more relaxed. After a minute, begin to mentally whisper the word "so" when you inhale and the word "hum" when you exhale. Many people find it difficult to say anything while inhaling, but "so" is a simple and easy word to use. Ensure that you breathe in and out through your nose, keeping your breathing natural and unforced. Don't try to match your breath to the words. Instead, let the words match your natural breath. As you breathe in, mentally whisper "so," and as you breathe out, mentally whisper "hum." If your mind starts to wander and you begin thinking about other things, don't get discouraged. Gently bring your focus back to the mantra. One reason this mantra is helpful is that it gives you something simple to focus on. Over time, you might notice the mantra fading away or disappearing altogether. When this happens, you may feel a deeper sense of peace, a feeling of floating, or other unique states of consciousness. These experiences are signs that your meditation is being productive. If the mantra disappears and you feel your sense of presence growing, just allow this process to unfold naturally. When you start meditating, the results will show up slowly over time. This is why it's important to practice meditation consistently. Begin with 20 minutes every morning for the first 3 months. After that, you can add another 20 minutes in the afternoon. Meditation makes everything feel easier and you find that your efforts are more successful. Meditation's effects are subtle and it's easy to overlook its impact. One of the incredible benefits of meditation is that it helps you become less reactive to things around you. This means you start to calm down your automatic unconscious reactions. By giving your mind a chance to rest through meditation, your inner self can start to heal, and you gain clearer understanding of your emotions. Suddenly, things that used to be a big deal and really bothered you don't seem as important anymore. You find that you aren't as easily upset or disturbed by things. When you stop reacting automatically to everything, you create space in your mind to make more thoughtful and conscious choices. This newfound calmness allows you to respond to situations with more control and awareness, rather than just reacting impulsively. When you develop this new awareness, it gives you a stronger foundation to take control of your life. Every time you speak, you are expressing and reinforcing a thought. This is why words are so important. The words you choose to use are crucial. When you turn a thought into words, you help it become real. By using affirmations and speaking your desired thoughts out loud, you intentionally bring these thoughts into reality. This practice also helps clear away mental clutter. The more you talk about the things you want to experience, the more powerful you become. If you say something often enough, it can become real in your life. When you talk about what you want regularly, you get better at turning your thoughts into real things. Saying positive affirmations is one of the most powerful ways to make changes in your life, even though many people don't realize it. Some people think that Neville Goddard said not to use affirmations. What he actually meant was that just repeating words without really feeling and believing them isn't helpful. You need to feel the meaning behind the words. You can overcome any challenges with the power of your words. At first, I didn't believe in affirmations because they seemed too vague and there wasn't much proof that they worked. When I read The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy, I decided to give affirmations a real try. When I started using affirmations every day, I noticed big changes in my life. I felt better, made decisions more easily, and found more opportunities. Affirmations also help you avoid negative thoughts and influences from others. When you're not sure what you want or feel confused, you can easily be affected by negative thinking. But when you use affirmations, you become strong against these negative thoughts and feelings. Affirmations can also protect you from others' limiting beliefs about the world and what you should do with your life. The more you use affirmations, the better you'll get at shaping your life the way you want it. You might start with a simple affirmation like, "I am successful." As time goes on, you may find stronger words that work better for you. Many people change their affirmations over time and find that certain words and phrases really resonate with them. When I began using affirmations regularly, I felt like I was truly shaping my reality with my words. However, I noticed that if I stopped doing affirmations for a few days, things would start to fall apart. So, it's important to keep doing them and not become complacent. At first, I felt really hopeless and thought affirmations were just nonsense. But when I started doing them again, I noticed positive changes after just 2 or 3 days. My first thought was, do I have to do affirmations every day for the rest of my life? Then I realized, am I really complaining about saying a few words each day to create my dream life? I understood that, like anything else in life, being consistent brings results. To make lasting changes, you need to commit to working on them every day. I know you might want to change everything all at once, but it doesn't work that way. You have to be consistent every day to make it happen. You could start with affirmations like, "I am happy, joyous, and free." "I am radiant and abundant, attracting more wealth every day," or "I am strong, powerful, and healthy." Be sure to say them consistently every day. If you do, you will see results. If you don't, you won't. These affirmations are general, which makes them good for improving and balancing your emotional state. I like to include affirmations in my daily routine, usually after meditating or working out. Combining affirmations with physical activities can be very effective. I try to do affirmations 2 or 3 times a day for 4 or 5 minutes each time. Now, emotional affirmations can also help you feel better in the moment. So you can use them anytime you feel emotionally unstable. This means you can do them as part of a routine or throughout the day, depending on what you need. When you say an affirmation, say it out loud to yourself. Try to express your affirmations with as much feeling as you can. If you're feeling really down or depressed, just do your best, and it will still help. Be consistent and say your affirmations every day. The affirmations you are saying might not feel true right now. That's okay. Don't focus on whether they are true at this moment. The goal is to bring about change, so let go of any judgment about their truth. Don't dwell on that thought. For emotional affirmations, use a lot of them to make a big change. Start with something simple and repeat it few times a day. The next step in clearing your emotions and taking control of your reality is to let go of your old emotional baggage. If you could clear all your emotional baggage with this step, you would become very clear about what you want. There would be no confusion, and you wouldn't have any emotional problems to hold you back. This would make you a master at creating the life you want. However, if it were that easy, many more people would have already done it. Like anything else you want to achieve in life, you need to work consistently to clear yourself using emotional release techniques. This means putting in the effort every day to release your old emotions and create the life you want. Understanding emotional release involves recognizing how your negative emotions, like anger, jealousy, fear, envy, and lust, are connected to any pain in your body. If you have physical problems or aches, it's likely you have stored emotional baggage. Pain or tension in your body usually relates to unhealed emotional energy in that specific area. In other words, your unhealed emotional wounds can settle in different parts of your body and show up as physical problems. Here's a tip. I've never met anyone, anywhere, who wasn't holding on to some kind of emotional baggage, including myself. This stored emotional baggage impacts your energy field and the rate at which you attract things into your life. Your vibrational energy field is always radiating out from you, so you want to make sure you're sending out the clearest signal possible. The emotional energy you've stored is sending out a signal that probably attracts things you don't want. For example, no one wants unpaid bills, an abusive partner, or arguments with angry people at the grocery store. However, your unhealed, unconscious emotional energy can attract exactly these kinds of situations to you. Have you ever wondered why some days you really have to work hard to stay positive? It's because this stored energy becomes active when you haven't dealt with it for a while. Now, the pain body is made up of negative emotions and needs your energy to survive. Sometimes it will become active and attract people, places, or situations that make you react negatively without thinking. This reaction feeds the pain body with your negative emotions. To defeat the pain body, you need to stop feeding it with your negative emotions. Dr. Joe Dispenza explains that these negative feelings can create chemicals in your body that you can become addicted to. The pain body makes you feel bad to keep these chemicals flowing in your body. To let go of your emotional baggage, you need to actively starve the pain body by not giving in to these negative feelings. My favorite teachers of emotional release are Eckhart Tolle, Hale Dwoskin, Brad Yates, and definitely Dr. Joe Dispenza. Eckhart Tolle, in his book Practicing the Power of Now, teaches how to become aware of the pain body and understand how it feeds on your negative emotions. Hale Dwoskin, in his excellent book The Sedona Method, explains a method for letting go of negative emotions. Brad Yates has advanced EFT, or the Emotional Freedom Technique, allowing you to practice it online through his website. It's important to find which techniques work best for you to heal and clear your emotional body. Now here is a simple release technique that works well for me. First, find a comfortable and quiet place to sit where you won't be disturbed. Take 2 deep breaths and try to relax. Close your eyes and just sit for a moment. Think of an area in your life that is bothering you right now. It could be anything like your relationships, finances, physical health, or painful memories. Start with what is bothering you the most at this moment. Allow yourself to fully feel all the emotions related to this issue. Let the scenario unfold in your mind, even if it is painful. In other words, don't try to fight or resist these emotions. Instead, see if you can fully accept them, letting yourself feel them completely without identifying with them. Remember, your emotions are not who you are. They are just what you are experiencing. When you detach from identifying with your emotions, you can begin to release them. Now ask yourself if you're willing to let go of these emotions. Take a minute or more to ask yourself this question. Can I release these emotions? Let this question sink in without trying to force an answer. Just stay relaxed and let yourself be guided by your feelings. It doesn't matter if the answer is yes or no. Simply remain calm and allow the process to unfold. One way to know if this technique is working is if you feel lighter and more peaceful afterward. If you still feel some or all of the emotion, that's okay. You might want to repeat the release process a few times. After you're done, say some positive affirmations to remind yourself that you are in control of your reality. There's also another technique you can use when something triggers you during your day. If someone or something suddenly makes you feel emotional, you can release that feeling right then and there. This can be difficult for many people. If this happens, the first thing you need to do is find a place where you feel comfortable. If you can't leave the area, do the best you can to find a moment of comfort. In your mind, try to allow yourself to fully experience the emotion that has been triggered while staying relaxed. Focus on the emotion and see if you can dive deep into it as much as possible. Mentally or out loud, ask yourself, could I allow myself to go deeply within this emotion? Give yourself some time to do this and try to stay as relaxed as you can. When you go deep enough into the emotion, you will be able to release it. Often we don't like the emotions we're feeling, so we try to run away from them. When we do this, the emotions stay in our bodies because they need a place to go. Taking a moment to really feel the emotion can be scary, but it's necessary for release. Sometimes you might release a little bit of the emotion, sometimes a lot, and occasionally you can release an entire emotional issue in just a couple of minutes. After you're done, take a moment to see how you are feeling. If you feel good, it likely means you have released the emotion. If you still feel emotional, you might need to do some more work. This process isn't always easy because it's hard to overcome our reactive mind. We often react to things automatically, like a program deep within us. Learning to manage this reactive part of ourselves is important. Now let's talk about clearing the mental body. In his groundbreaking book, Evolve Your Brain, Joe Dispenza talks about neural networks, which I'll call the neural net. Your mental body is made up of your neural net, which is your habitual thought patterns. It turns out that thinking in certain patterns can become addictive. When we think different thoughts, our brain activates different neural patterns, which then trigger various biochemical states in our body. Repeatedly releasing these different chemicals creates a dependency, leading to an addiction to certain types of thoughts and behaviors. Why do you behave like that? It's because your body has become secretly addicted to it. This addiction is one of the reasons why controlling your thoughts can be challenging. When you try to control your thoughts, you are actually fighting against this addiction in your body. You have become addicted to feeling negative emotions. Trying to control your thoughts on purpose can be very hard. So how can you do it? Instead of trying to force yourself to think differently, start by understanding the nature of your thoughts. The first step to controlling your thoughts is to recognize the difference between positive and negative thoughts. Another way to think about it is to understand the difference between thoughts that are productive and those that are unproductive. Every thought you have leads to a result. Each result will either help you move forward in a positive way or push you back in a negative way. Simply put, any thought that doesn't support your health and well-being or that of someone else is unproductive or negative. To manage your thoughts better, you need to learn how to tell the difference between positive and negative thoughts when they come up in your mind. Fortunately, we all have an inner sense of well-being that helps us know when we are feeling or thinking negatively. This is like our inner feeling guide. Whenever you think of something, you can immediately sense through your feelings whether it is a positive or negative thought. If you are thinking about a certain topic and it makes you feel bad, it is likely because you are stuck in a negative thought process. This often means you are focusing on an outcome you don't want instead of one you do want. For example, I used to think about how I could get revenge on people who I felt had wronged me. However, thinking about getting back at them never felt good. I also noticed that the more I thought negatively about them, the more likely it was that these people would come back into my life. Not only did thinking negatively about them make me feel bad, but it also ensured that I would attract them in a negative way. My bad feeling thoughts led to bad feeling outcomes. At first, I didn't like the idea of thinking positively about people I thought were negative. However, after giving it a try, I realized that thinking positively was the only way to live. I started to think more positive thoughts about everyone, even those I had previously considered negative. To my surprise, people began to act more positively towards me. It's incredible how you can become addicted to negative thinking without realizing it. The transformation that happens when you start to think positively is truly amazing. Think about someone with whom you've had a disagreement or some tension. Challenge yourself to find something good about this person. In other words, choose a positive quality or trait they have and focus on that. Imagine how you would like this person to be in your life. Picture yourself smiling and laughing with them and feel the joy that comes with these positive interactions. Notice the results of your efforts. Your new positive thoughts will create a new reality, I promise. You'll be projecting a better version of this person into your life, and you will experience a more rewarding and productive relationship. After you have spent some time redirecting your thoughts towards productive and positive outcomes, you can start working on repatterning your neural network. This means you need to change the way your brain is wired by gaining more knowledge, learning new skills, and establishing new habits. In other words, you need to start practicing new behaviors and thinking in new ways to develop a different neural network in your brain. If you want to create a new, expanded neural network, you need to consistently practice these new behaviors and ways of thinking. This means making these new habits a regular part of your life so that your brain can adapt and grow in a positive direction. Remember what Neville Goddard says. First you reap a thought, then you reap a habit, then you reap a character, then you reap a destiny. This means that the thoughts you have lead to habits, those habits shape your character, and your character determines your destiny. Developing good habits is an essential part of creating your reality. You need to consistently practice new behaviors and ways of thinking. Changing your behavior and trying to be a positive thinker for just one day isn't enough. You need to develop a regular habit of thinking in new ways and being open to new ideas. Once you start seeing the positive results that come from this new habit, you will be motivated to make it a permanent part of your lifestyle. What I noticed about myself is that after I had been redirecting my thoughts for just a week, I started to see amazing changes in my life. I not only attracted new and incredible things, but I also found it easier to keep having those positive feeling thoughts the next week. This showed me that my progress was building up over time. In this way, you can build upon your progress, each positive thought adding to the next, making it easier as you go along. At one point in my life, I was the most negative person I knew. I was severely depressed and extremely cynical. When I first started redirecting my thoughts and reshaping my neural network, it felt like walking through quicksand with cement boots on. Every step felt like I was carrying a huge weight. But even though I was exhausted, I kept going. Amazingly, after just 3 days of focusing on positive thoughts, I began to see results. I felt better, not as depressed and cynical, and I started to attract more financial opportunities into my life. This showed me that sticking with positive thinking could lead to real, tangible changes. For 2 years, I had been experiencing the worst depression of my life. Then in just 3 days, I started to reverse the cycle. However, the work was far from done. When I stopped my positive thinking and affirmations, it took only a couple of days before I began to spiral back into depression and gloom. It was so overwhelming that I nearly forgot how I had started to break out of my vicious cycle. When I realized that I wasn't redirecting my thoughts and doing my affirmations, I quickly began again. This time I stuck with it until I felt great and also had a thriving business that matched my good feelings. It did work for me. I just needed to be consistent to maintain my results. This experience taught me that sticking with positive thinking and affirmations over time is crucial for lasting change. Choose one thing you want to change about yourself. It could be smiling at people instead of frowning, taking the time to give each of your kids a hug in the morning, saying something nice to a coworker, or staying calm in traffic instead of getting angry. Once you've picked that one thing, practice it every day. Be consistent with this exercise. For example, if you decide to smile more, make sure you smile at people every day. If you choose to hug your kids in the morning, do it every morning without fail. This daily practice is important. After 1 week, take a moment to notice how you feel. Pay attention to any positive changes in your mood or the way people respond to you. You might find that you feel better and that more good things are happening around you. This is because your new way of thinking is starting to create new pathways in your brain, making positive changes easier. As you continue, you'll want to challenge yourself even more. You'll start to change other behaviors, building new pathways in your brain and creating a new version of yourself. By consistently practicing these new habits, you will slowly transform into a happier, more positive person. You can use affirmations to improve your mind. Affirmations are positive statements you repeat to yourself. When you do this, you help your brain grow stronger connections that support positive emotions. It's like planting seeds in your mind that grow into good feelings and better thoughts. By using affirmations, you take control of your life. Each time you say something positive to yourself, you increase your ability to attract good things. The more you practice this, the better the results will be. Repeating positive statements regularly will help you shape your reality into what you want it to be. When you choose to think positively, You set the stage for positive outcomes in your life. You decide which thoughts you want to keep in your mind, and this choice will show in the world around you. The more you focus on positive affirmations, the more your life will reflect these positive changes. You will see improvements in your mood, your interactions, and your overall happiness. Even if you had to use affirmations every single day for the rest of your life, wouldn't it be worth it to have complete control over your life? I believe the answer is a definite yes. Affirmations helped me turn my life around and gave me control over my reality. Using affirmations has boosted the power of my mind and sped up the process of creating the life I truly wanted. Saying positive statements out loud every day can strengthen your mental power. It's important to do this regularly, even if it takes a few days to start noticing any changes. For example, you can say things like, "I am clear, precise, and exact in every moment. I am ultimate power. I'm connected to higher wisdom at all times." Repeating these affirmations daily will help you build a strong, positive mindset, which is crucial for taking control of your life and achieving your goals. I can't fully express how much saying these phrases out loud several times a day has positively changed my life. Not only did they help me shape my life, but they also gave me a wonderful feeling of empowerment. Just give it a try yourself. You'll start to feel like you can achieve anything. These affirmations also act like mental commands that go deep into your mind. When you repeat these affirmations often enough, they become part of your subconscious mind. This is when they start forming new connections in your brain, creating a new neural network. One important thing to remember is not to worry about when your new neural network has fully developed. Instead, focus on doing the exercise every day. Keep saying your affirmations consistently, even after you start noticing the amazing results. By faithfully practicing this daily routine, you will definitely see positive changes. Just be patient and persistent, and enjoy the journey as your life transforms for the better. The best thing about consistently saying these positive affirmations is that you must decide that you are worth it. Making this decision alone can change the direction and pattern of your life. Now let's talk about clearing your physical body. This is another crucial step toward gaining total control over creating your reality and your power to manifest. Whenever you try to bring something new into your life, your ability to succeed depends on the strength of your energy field. If you're physically unfit or unhealthy in any way, your energy field is weakened. When you have any health concerns, your body uses all its energy to heal itself. This means that your mind will be focused on the area that needs healing until you're well again. Being physically healthy ensures that your energy field is strong, which is essential for successful manifestation. Your ability to focus is hindered when you have a nagging concern that constantly draws your attention and energy away from what you want to achieve. Healing and taking care of your physical body is an important step toward mastering the art of manifestation. You don't need to become a workout fanatic, go on a crash diet, or fast for 30 days. Instead, aim for a regular workout routine, a balanced diet, and occasional cleanses. These steps are highly recommended. Your body is the vehicle through which you experience your reality. Think about it. It's the whole reason you want to manifest anything in the first place. If you manifest a new car, you need to be physically well enough to drive it, right? If you get a new house, you need to be healthy enough to enjoy living in it. If you land your dream job, you need to be in good shape to perform well. So by taking care of your body, you ensure that you can fully enjoy and make the most of the things you manifest in your life. Regular exercise, a good diet, and occasional cleanses will keep you healthy and ready to enjoy all the wonderful things you bring into your life. If you can now buy fantastic new clothes because your dream job pays you well, you want to fit into them and look great, right? And if you haven't found your dream partner yet, you definitely want to feel physically attractive when you do, don't you? I know it can be hard sometimes. I don't always want to work out or eat healthy either. It's a constant struggle for all of us. That's why I like the idea of baby steps. Baby steps are especially important for improving your health and fitness. Start with small changes. Take walks regularly. Decide to cut out one unhealthy thing from your daily eating routine. Baby steps work best because they are less intimidating to the part of your mind that loves staying in its comfort zone. Add one healthy thing to your diet too. For example, you might decide to eat one less slice of bread or skip dessert, and then add something healthy like a shot of wheatgrass or a side salad. These small changes are easier to stick with and can make a big difference over time. So take it one step at a time and you'll find it much easier to stay on track with your health and fitness goals. Once you get used to doing without the first unhealthy food you've eliminated from your diet, you can cut out the next unhealthy food and then the next. Gradually, as you move away from unhealthy foods and start adding more healthy foods to your diet, you'll find that you've naturally developed eating patterns that truly support your ultimate health. If you already have a good diet and get some exercise, you can start fine-tuning your body for ultimate fitness. This involves a combination of physical training, cardio, and weight training. Doing just one of these alone is not enough. It's also important to include some form of mind-body connection exercise. For the average person, I recommend getting some form of physical exercise at least 2 days a week. This can include activities like jogging, cycling, or going to the gym. In addition, try to do some sort of mind-body exercise for another 2 days a week. Activities like yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi, or Qigong are great for this. By combining these different types of exercise, you'll create a balanced fitness routine that supports both your physical and mental health. Remember, it's about making small, consistent changes that add up over time, leading to a healthier and happier you. Start small with your exercise routine. Don't try to do everything at once. I'm not a personal trainer, so don't just take my word for it. Look for videos from experts who can teach you how to be healthy. Make changes that you can stick with. Don't set yourself up for failure with a routine that is too hard or unrealistic for you. Start with something manageable and build from there. Improving your physical body also helps your biochemistry. A healthy biochemistry is essential for maintaining your overall well-being. Unfortunately, biochemical depression can be quite common. It can develop from various factors, but I've found 3 common causes: too much coffee, stress, and lack of sleep. Now, often these 3 factors, too much coffee, stress, and lack of sleep, can come together as a package deal. Biochemical depression and altered emotional states can develop subtly without you even realizing it. Here's what typically happens. You get caught up in the many things you have to do. To keep up, you start drinking too much coffee. This can lead to feeling extremely stressed out. By the end of the day, you might find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, unable to get back to sleep because your mind is racing with all the tasks you need to accomplish. This is the start of a vicious cycle. Your body begins to experience a hormonal imbalance. This imbalance can eventually lead to depression, anxiety, and even problems like glucose intolerance. By recognizing this cycle, you can take steps to prevent it. Manage your coffee intake, find ways to reduce stress, and ensure you get enough sleep. Small changes in these areas can help you maintain a healthy balance and avoid the negative effects of this cycle. The next stage is a downward spiral. This is when your body starts to get worse quickly. It starts with some tightness in different parts of your body, like your neck, shoulders, or lower back. Then, you might feel aches and pains in your wrists. After that, you could have digestive problems in the afternoon and find it hard to digest many foods, especially starches and sugars. A lot of things can start to go wrong. You might end up taking antidepressants to fix the hormonal imbalances that happen. It's important to reduce your intake of caffeine, sugars, and starches. I understand if you love coffee, but cutting back a bit can be really helpful. Start doing some breathing and meditation exercises before going to bed. This can also help a lot. Any kind of meditation will work. Doing all these things together will help clear your energy body, mental body, and physical body. The more you practice these habits, the easier it will be to create what you want in your life. But it all starts with this process. Begin by clearing your energy body. and you'll be able to make anything you desire happen. To clear your energy body, try doing things like meditation, breathing exercises, and cutting back on caffeine and sugar. These practices will help you feel better mentally and physically, making it easier to achieve your goals. Thank you for listening.